Good morning from Burgos. I am stopped already to have a coffee and a pastry before I head off proper on my 20-kilometre walk this morning. I found the cat at the bar that I stopped at yesterday morning on my way to the cathedral was open, which is unusual for anything to be open before 8 a.m. So I decided I would quickly stop and have a coffee and a pastry now to get me going for the day. The weather is clear and it's cold. It's about 5 degrees and it's just going on at 8 a.m. Sunrise is in about 22 minutes, so it's still not light yet, but it hopefully will be by the time I get out of the city and onto the path, so I don't have to worry about wearing my head torch. But yeah, day 12, here we are, rested after yesterday, and I've already booked bed for tonight, so I don't have to worry about things not being open. So yeah, day 12, let's go. It's 8:30 and I've passed lots and lots of children being walked to school in the last 20 minutes or so. A lot walked by their parents and a lot just kind of walk along with groups of their friends. But yeah, children walking to school everywhere at the time. I think they finish about 2 or 2:30 because yeah, that seems to be when they all get collected from outside of their schools. It was really sweet though. As I was walking along the street out of Burgos, I hear this tiny little voice saying, "Buen camino!" And I turned around and it was, there was a mum and 2 little girls, and the little one was probably maybe prep age, and the older sister might have been about 8, I guess. And she said, "Buen camino" again. And then the mum said, "Oh, buen camino, where are you from?" And I said, "Australia." And she said, "Oh, have a good trip." And then off they went. And then as they walked ahead of me, the little girl pointed to one of the shell markers on the footpath, as if to say, you know, there you go, follow this way. It was really sweet. So yeah, it's nice. Well, finally I have made it out of Burgos proper, Burgos city. It's massive. You don't realise it took us 2 hours to walk into it from the very edge. Day before yesterday, and it just took me a whole hour to walk out the other side from where my hostel was. I did stop for 15 minutes or so to have that coffee, but yeah, basically a whole hour just to get out the other side. Oh, you can see there is frost, which is so weird. I don't think I've ever seen frost before. It's quite amazing. Being a Brizzy, oh my gosh, it's quite cold. I can't even talk properly. Being a Brizzy girl, we don't get frost in our yard, so I guess that's also a sign of things to come as it gets colder in my walk across Spain. So yeah, finally on the actual path now, and on my way to Hornillos de Camino, I think it is, where I have a bed booked. So on I go. Hello, it's 10:30 now. I've been walking for about 2.5 hours, and I've just come into the first town for today, Tadajos, which is 11.5 kilometres of my 20 kilometres that I'm doing today. So I'm really happy with that, make that time that I've made. So if I've done 2.5 hours for 11 kilometres, it was nice and flat, so that made a massive difference. The big hills, I only get about 3 kilometres an hour. But yeah, obviously I've got over 5 kilometres an hour done this morning on the flat. So it does make a big difference. I'm hoping to possibly find somewhere to get a Coke or something. I want a drink, but not water. I just stopped and put an extra band-aid on my toe. The outside of my left big toe has a blister on it, as does the inside of it, but the outside one, it's a little bit painful, and I've put a sticking plaster on it last night, but then I've noticed it's a bit stinging. When I took my sock off, I noticed that it's popped, and all the liquid from the blister has come through the band-aid, so it's kind of rubbing a little bit. So just topped it up with another band-aid over the top, and hopefully that'll get me through until later on today. But yeah, as you can see, beautiful blue skies, and it's actually quite sunny now. I've got my hat on, so yeah. Well, it's 1:10, and I am probably about 10 minutes out of my stop for the day. Hornillos de Camino, which is about 21 kilometres from Burgos. And yeah, it's just there. So I've got my albergue booked already, so I'll have a nice relaxing day, I think. There was a big hill in it, kind of coming in towards the town. What was it, up and then down? But otherwise it was a pretty easy walk today. I don't know whether it was because I had a rest day yesterday and was feeling a bit refreshed. My feet are aching a little bit now, but that's okay, because I know within half an hour, so long as the albergue is already open, I'll be able to take my shoes off. And maybe go along and see if something's open for lunch. I don't know what their timing is like here, but anyway, we'll soon see. Wrap up for today. It was a good walk, and I'm showered and changed and getting ready for dinner, which the Hospitalero is cooking for everybody who's here. It's about 12 pilgrims, I believe, all up. It got quite a bit busier after I arrived. So yeah, and then tomorrow is a similar day, 20-ish kilometres. Hopefully it'll be a good one like today was. So, yep.